Hello and welcome back to Coffee Chats with Chett. Today I'm going to get into a topic that I get asked a lot, and that is how to know whether or not it's time to look for a new job. You may have had this experience before where a leader within your company, maybe on another team, reaches out to you and is trying to convince you to join their team, or perhaps a leader from another company. Or maybe it's just a time in your life where you're just trying to figure out what's next and not sure whether or not it's the right time for you to find a new job. Well, there's a formula that I've created to help people figure out how to sift through this question. And so it's essentially your income around $80,000 to $100,000 plus learning and development plus your career goal equals long-term career satisfaction. Let's get into that. So the first part of that equation is about income. And I mentioned the threshold between $80,000 to $100,000. And the reason why that's the threshold is because, interestingly enough, studies have shown that after about that threshold between 80 and 100K, we don't tend to see happiness increase as much as it would prior to that $80,000. And the reason is quite simple, because once you're starting to make that amount of money, you have enough money to essentially cover your base expenses, to purchase various different experiences, as well as save money for retirement or whatever you are saving money for. And so really, depending on where you're at in your life, it may make sense for you to prioritize jobs that have a higher income, because you're looking to really get to that sweet spot and that sweet threshold between $80,000 and $100,000 to get to that point where you have some stability in your life. And so once you've achieved that threshold, it becomes really important to start to prioritize your learning and development. And there's two reasons why this is important. One is because it really helps to start to future-proof yourself. We all know that the world is changing rapidly, and we go on and on about that, but really putting yourself in a position where you're in an organization that is constantly investing in you and your growth, where you're also feeling motivated and inspired to continue to learn. And this can be on-the-job training. That is often an aspect of work that people look over when they start to reflect on whether or not they're learning and growing. But within a position in and of itself, an employee can grow in substantial ways. Or that may be additional learning and development, whether it be a course or a book or something else that the organization is supporting you on in terms of that growth and development. And then the second reason why this is really important is because studies also show that having that ability to learn, to challenge yourself, also increases your overall happiness and life satisfaction. And I ultimately believe that this really helps to put individuals in a position where your earning potential will increase over time, because you are constantly upskilling and reskilling and becoming highly applicable to the world around you. And the third part of that equation, of course, is making sure that your learning and development is anchored into your future career goal, or your North Star, if you will. And I've had other videos, and I'll put a link up here on the screen, talking about the importance of having a North Star in your career, of which you can move once you learn various different things, but really having that North Star and anchoring it helps create that momentum and that movement and energy that you need in order to see your career continue to grow. And so those are the three things: your income threshold, if it's between $80,000 and $100,000, the importance of learning and growing, and really making sure that your learning and growing is anchored into your future career goal, because that's going to equate to high levels of long-term career satisfaction. So I'm going to bring this formula to life by sharing two different scenarios. So the first scenario is someone who hasn't met that income threshold yet. And so I would ask a couple questions. questions. The first question is, with your current skills, are you able to find a job that can get you to that $80,000 to $100,000 threshold? If the answer is yes, then go and apply for another job to get more income to meet that threshold. And if no, does your current job allow you to acquire the skills you need to get to that threshold? If yes, I would say stay. If no, I would definitely encourage to find another job that puts you in a position where you are continuing to learn and grow and acquire new skills that will help you increase your income to hit that threshold at a later point in time. Or I would encourage this individual to pursue extra education outside of their full-time job to continue to learn and grow and acquire the skills to get them to that income threshold. So if you are an individual and you've already met that income threshold of $80,000 to $100,000 and you're offered a new position or wondering whether or not it's time for you to pursue a new position, there's two questions then to ask. One is, are you currently learning and growing in your current position? And two, does your current position help you acquire the skills you need in order to move you towards your future career goals? If you answer both yes to those questions, then it likely doesn't make sense for you to take that new opportunity or to pursue a new opportunity because there's still so much for you to get out of your current position. But if you answered no to one or both of those questions, is likely impetus for you to meaningfully explore whether or not it's time to accept that new offer and take the risk and really push yourself out of your comfort zone, or whether or not it makes sense for you to pursue something else. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen, watch, or read the blog this week. If this provided you with any value at all, again, would very much appreciate if you would like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please leave a comment below because I will read every single comment and we'll get back to every single one of you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week and I will see you next Monday.